Medical. In tennis, player is allowed to receive help from the professional physiotherapist. Rules concerning medical talks about any medical condition that happens or is discovered during the warm-up or during the match. Let's start from some definitions. Evaluation. It's a time when physiotherapist is evaluating the player to determine what is the problem. There is no time limit for that, but of course, like all in tennis, it should be reasonable. Medical condition. It's the problem that player has, so any injury or illness. Medical condition can be either treatable or non-treatable. Treatable medical condition is the one that can be treated properly or can be improved by available medical treatment within the allowed time. As a contrary, we have non-treatable medical condition. It's either too serious or too complicated to be treated in given conditions. As the non-treatable medical condition, we also consider general players' fatigue. Treatable medical condition can be either acute or non-acute. Acute is any sudden development of medical condition that requires immediate medical help. So this is a situation when player can get treatment even in the middle of the game or even between first and second serve if that's what the physio decides during the evaluation time. Non-acute medical condition that requires attention only at the changeover or set break. You may ask, how do we know if the medical condition is treatable or non-treatable, acute or non-acute? Don't worry, the chair umpire doesn't have to know that. It's the physiotherapist's job. Chair umpire doesn't make any decisions concerning players' health. That's why the chair umpire can never deny the player request to call the physio. So basically, the player can request to see the physio even between the first and second serve at the match point. In a perfect world, the tennis federations would like that all medical treatment happens at the changeover or set breaks. So if the player makes a request not at the break time, the chair umpire should suggest, okay, I will call for the physio, but for the next changeover. But if the player is still insisting to see the physio now, the chair umpire has to call for the physiotherapist, cannot judge himself how serious his player's request. But calling for the physio doesn't yet mean that the player will receive the treatment. That only means that the player will be evaluated. Then, based on that evaluation, physio makes a decision whether the treatment is necessary immediately for acute treatable medical condition, or the player can wait, non-acute medical condition, or the player is not entitled to help at all. That's for the non-treatable medical timeout. It's very important. It's always only physiotherapist's decision if the player is allowed to receive the treatment at given time of the match. It's never a chair umpire's decision.